All right, let's get more on the situation there. We can speak to Umesh Singh, the chairperson for the Phoenix Community Policing Forum. Umesh, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. There's no doubt that there's lots of anxiety among teachers, pupils, and residents of Phoenix. What is the situation there now?
Good evening, Shahan. I must say, amidst all fears that was within the communities, today we had a very peaceful day. It's as though, as they broke off for the last day of the last term, they've come in today without any problems whatsoever. It's like everything seems to be back to normal.
How are you managing the fears among residents? Because I keep getting tagged in posts on social media about threats against pupils and residents in general in the area. So are you getting lots of complaints in the local police station about these concerns, or are people just venting out on social media?
Shahan, you quite mentioned threats. And I think that's all it is. We have these mischief makers that are trying to create a problem out of nothing. We have always been a very, very proud community. We have a very mixed community, and especially at our schools, our larger numbers are definitely from the black community. And, the atmosphere and what have you is fantastic. I've also been involved in school governance, and we see exactly, what happens on the ground. So today was no different from any other day. The learners got back together, and we found that, there was this racial cohesion that was going on. We've definitely had police presence, but to be quite honest, it all went on very, very smoothly.
Yeah. The process of rebuilding and uniting this community, of course, is quite important. We know that the province is involved in this. There are ongoing discussions from all sides here. As the Community Policing Forum, you also play a very important role. What are you doing?
Absolutely. We've been trying to engage all the role players. I think, firstly, we've got to find out exactly where these problems started and get rid of it. Because, for communities that lived together for decades without a problem, and suddenly, overnight, there were major issues. So I think once we dissect this and once we find the exact cause, together, both communities can build a better future for all its residents.
Yeah, I think it's important to say one community, because that's what it is, right? It's really one community of all mixed race groups which should be living in harmony, which they have been for years. Can I ask you then about the community itself taking a stand against any notion or idea of racism? Because I've seen the posters on streets where people are saying, we're not racist, that we are united. Talk to us through that cohesion process and how it's unfolding with ordinary residents who are doing this.
Okay. Basically, we don't look at it as a racist attack. There were issues that have come up that created this problem. And obviously, on both sides, we have mischief makers, and I think that's exactly where the problem started. But in saying that, over the last week or so, everything was back to normal. People of different race groups back into Phoenix, using the shopping centers, transport, and that cohesion that we're talking about is there. And I think it's more move forward. Otherwise, we're going to find major problems in the future if we don't rebuild right now.
And when it comes to talking to each other, how does that work in the community? Are people talking to each other about their concerns, about racism, if that's a major thing in the community, which I've seen everyone talk about right now? Is that happening?
Well, what we have done is, with the minister's visit, we have gone to the various different areas like the Bambai, Amauti and Zwalisha, including Phoenix. They've set up a team from each of the areas to sit down together, discuss the problems that they face, and find solutions there too. But personally, I don't see major problems. I think, from the talks that are going on, we find that this third force plays a significant role in whatever is going on. And this we need to put a stop to. And like you've mentioned, all those messages and things that are going out on social media, I think, those are just creating a problem, creating a major stir within the community. And, I also say that, should people receive any of these news, confirm with your local police station or confirm with your CPFs in the area. They will be able to tell you what you're seeing in social media, whether there's any truth in the matter or not.
Yeah, and just in terms of investigating those social media posts where people are threatening others, is that being done? Are people coming forward to police and saying, look at this is a threatening message, our lives are possibly at risk and we want you to look at it? Is that actually happening?
Yes, it is. We are fortunate here in Phoenix that, the police is part of us, and whatever information that comes through from the community is filtered down through to them. And yes, those matters are being investigated, and I believe that a few arrests are imminent.
All right, great. Thank you so much for your time. We are losing connection, so we have to leave it right there. Umesh Singh is the chairperson for the Phoenix Community Policing Forum. And of course, talking about the incidents there, I just wish everyone could be united. I know that it's not a reality for everyone. There might be a couple of racist people. Of course, we've seen that in South Africa over the past couple of years. But if we can all move on and be united, we'll be a much better country.